From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon and welcome to your MTN Noon News for this Tuesday. I'm Charlie Klepps. We start off with continuing coverage as fire crews continue to battle wildfires across Montana. Statewide, more than 40 fires are active right now, with several reaching sizes of several thousands of acres. Those traveling near the Yellowstone and Carbon County line saw one such fire and the efforts to put it out yesterday. Firefighters say this fast-growing fire, the Moser Dome fire near Silesia, reached nearly 1,200 acres in size in just a matter of hours. Those flames erupted Monday night on Moser Dome Road off of Old Highway 212 after a storm had passed through. Authorities worked to notify homeowners in the area. Much of Moser Dome Road remained closed as firefighters fought the blaze last night into this morning. We'll keep watching this situation as crews remain on the scene. Montana's largest wildfire is still burning in Bighorn County. The Mission Butte fire, which started last Tuesday, has scorched more than 6,100 acres, nearly double the size of the state's second largest fire. Containment remains at 0%, but crews say progress is being made with little growth in recent days. Meanwhile, multiple fires are tearing through Madison County grasslands and the high country. The DNRC reports the McAllister fire has burned about 3,500 acres and is 30% contained as of last night. MTN's Megan Elaine went into the burned areas to see how families are picking up the pieces after evacuations.
Here on the hill of Highway 287 next to the historic Bozeman Trail. And as you can see, this is just part of the devastation of the multiple fires that have roared through Madison County this week.
The outcome is about as good as it possibly could have been.
I met up with Larry Shore, owner of Western's Hats and Western Wear. He and his wife Terry have been at this location off Highway 287 for nearly 20 years. On Saturday, a neighbor called, warning about a lightning-caused fire, later named the McAllister fire. Terry and Larry picked up an elderly neighbor to see what was going on.
The fire was crossing the road right when we got there, and varying people have said anywhere from 5 or 10 feet to 20 feet tall flames, and we knew we weren't going to get back across.
After multiple road detours, they were met with an evacuation warning. Larry says they worked fast as flames closed in.
We got stuff in the trucks and headed out. Once we got that done, we stopped at the dump down here between here and Norris and turned around to look back. That's when it hit.
For Terry, sadness washed over her. She watched as the land her family has been on since 1912 was surrounded by flames. Larry says what came next? Emergency crews and neighbors doing what Montanans do.
And whoever needs the help gets it. Those that don't are the ones that are out there helping instead.
What hit Larry the most?
A local customer that happened to be in Connecticut. I got word that he had said, "I'll be there."
How does that make you feel?
You can tell.
As firefighters cleared hayfields and cut lines, Larry now stands at the foot of his driveway. You can see where the flames could have taken everything from him, but didn't. The DNRC reports 125 personnel from 9 agencies are still working. As they handle smoldering remains in the foothills behind Larry's home, Larry and Terry remain thankful.
So we've had people from all over the state that were in an official capacity, and God bless them, and then the neighbors.
To learn how to sign up for emergency alert systems in Madison County, visit our website. In McAllister, Megan Elaine, MTN News.
Well, the eastern plains starting to bake a little bit, seeing those temperatures in the 90s, and we're not done there. We got some triple digits on the way. Several locations could be at least flirting with record temperatures today. Otherwise, central Montana over to the east, or to the west rather, we're looking at temperatures in the 70s and 80s as the sunshine bears down on us and dry conditions stay in place. Now, we do have some wildfire smoke issues, air quality wildfire smoke. This alert is now extended until tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. including portions of Bighorn Basin. A lot of this stuff hopefully will stay aloft. Some of it could make its way down to the surface over the next couple of days. So if you do have a sensitivity to smoke, just be on the lookout for the air quality. We'll talk about that extreme heat coming up.
Now time for today's leading look as we follow some of the other stories making headlines. A large fire caught the attention of many last night after it sparked in a salvage yard near Lockwood. That fire has kept crews working to put it out throughout the night. Firefighters say the fire was sparked at Pacific Steel and Recycling, sending large plumes of black smoke into the area. Numerous firefighting resources are battling the flames. Yellowstone County Disaster and Emergency Services says it's a challenging one to fight. There are no evacuations at this time, and residents are asked to not call 911 about the smoke as crews are on it. A semi-truck driver involved in a fatal crash last December has pleaded not guilty to negligent homicide. 39-year-old Sarjeet Parmar of Washington was hauling a trailer on I-90 when he crossed the median and hit two vehicles, killing 56-year-old Kevin Wilkerson of Laurel, a longtime volunteer firefighter and EMT. Several others were injured. Investigators say Parmar falsified his logbook and skipped required rest. He blamed the crash on wind, but the report found signs of a drowsy driver. Parmar surrendered his passport with a bond set at $10,000. Lewis and Clark County officials have confirmed the first measles case in decades. In a press release, Lewis and Clark Public Health says there is no cause for alarm. There is no community transmission and no public exposure sites. The case is not linked to any local daycares or summer programs. The patient is a minor who had received one dose of the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine. Their last infectious day was August 12th. One unvaccinated household member is quarantined at home and so far shows no symptoms. Health officials say the family followed protocol by calling ahead before testing, which allowed the clinic to prepare and prevent any exposure to healthcare staff or patients. Lewis and Clark Public Health says most residents in the Helena area are giving the community strong protection. Butte's no consumption order on tap water has been lifted. However, those with health issues are advised to be cautious. MTN's John Amey gives us the latest on the water contamination threat in Butte.
5 days after the city issued a no-consume order on its tap water, Butte officials now say the water's been tested and it's safe to drink again. So, bottoms up.
I'm pleased to report there are no contaminants or exceedances have been found in any of those samples.
Butte has had more than 100 samples of its tap water tested since it was reported on August 13th that processed water from Montana Resources may have gotten into Butte's municipal water system. Since then, people living south of Front Street were ordered not to drink, shower, brush their teeth, or wash dishes with tap water until it could be tested for contamination from the mine. The city was pleased with the most recent test results.
The water has consistently remained within the safe EPA drinking water standards with no indication of contamination from mine processed water or any other source.
The status of residents living in this area just south of the mine has been downgraded to a health advisory by the DEQ. They advise that vulnerable populations with health problems should consult their doctor before consuming water in that area. The city continued to give away bottled water for people living in the advisory area. Some residents say they are grateful for the city's response in this difficult time.
It was a real concern, but I think they've been very forthcoming with details and information, so I feel okay. I think they're keeping an eye on it.
Volunteers and city workers who have been handing out free bottled water over the past few days say, for the most part, the response from the public has been positive.
Somebody said very emphatically, this is what it means to be Butte strong, and that's what I've felt the most through this experience, is just that it really does feel like our community coming together to take care of each other.
In Butte, John Amey, MTN News.
Equipment Share, a technology and equipment rental company, celebrated the opening of its Helena location on Monday. They recognized the occasion by holding a ribbon-cutting ceremony with Governor Greg Gianforte and two $15,000 donations to the Angel Fund and Tactics Montana. The company is one of the fastest-growing equipment solutions providers in the U.S., with 4 new locations in the Treasure State, including Helena. Gianforte quickly toured the Helena location and praised the continued growth of business in Montana.
I'm impressed, particularly with their willingness to give back into the community. This is what happens when you have a prosperous economy. Businesses want to be good community members, and them supporting Tactics and Angel Fund is going to make the whole community better.
Equipment Share's other locations are Billings, Great Falls, and Kalispell. The Montana locations represent more than $81 million in total investments into the state, with 82 new jobs and more growth expected in the next couple of years.